right, so you think about going into the woods, you think about hiking on the trails, I don't know, you're whitewater rafting, you're on a safari, I don't know what you're doing, but you're going outdoors. Maybe your family's going on a little picnic, so you wander off the road, you're out in the woods, you lose track of time, you're eating so much cheese, you're wandering around. One thing leads to another, you're lost. Your horse bucks you off near a cliff, and all of a sudden you're looking around, you don't have your bearings, you got turned around. Hey, it can happen easier than you think. So what do? Well, there's some things that you can do really easily to keep yourself safe no matter what situation. One thing is have a few tools handy that are gonna get you out of a crisis or at least keep you safe. I never go into the wild without this trusty Altoid tin. In it, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is just about anything you need to keep you safe in, well, you're not gonna be safe, but hopefully it's gonna keep you occupied until rescue comes. Let me show you what's inside. First things first, we got a compass. Obviously, this is gonna tell you which way's north, which in this case is right. Wait a minute. Are these train tracks interfering? I think north is right. Can someone with an iPhone check and tell me if I'm correct? North is that way. I think that the train tracks, just don't get lost. North is that way. Don't get lost on train tracks is obviously the moral of the story, because they will Is it that way? That way? All right, so a compass. If you're not in the middle of downtown Portland, it's gonna be a lot easier. I'm just showing you the survival tips. Okay, what else we got? We got some paracord. You could use this for all sorts of things. I don't think it'll hold your weight, but you could hang up a shelter of some sort. You could you could make a necklace. Never too soon to be thinking about how you're gonna look when you get rescued. You might need a necklace. Or here's a really important one. This little guy, waterproof, adhesive, you turn it on, it will flash for 80 hours. Okay, and you don't think that's very bright, it's not a flashlight, but if in the pitch black of the wilderness, you stick that sucker on your bag or whatever, only turn it on at nighttime, people who are looking for you, they're gonna see that flashing. It has a couple different modes, that's slower, steady, boom. If it's actually pitch black and you go to the solid version, you'd be surprised, but you'd probably be able to see with that, so that's good. What else you got in here? Oh, of course, you got a trusty blade. You could do some whittling. You could do some cutting. You could gut and clean a fish. It's sharp, that's a razor blade. Be careful with that. Let's see what else we got in here. We got our compass, we got our little flashing light. We have wire. Now the company says this is for making a snare in combination with a paracord. I have no idea how I would go about beginning to snare an animal, but maybe I figure it out. If I was lost in the wild, I'd have a lot of time to figure out how to snare me a rabbit or a squirrel or something else for dinner. Oh, we got a fishing kit. So believe it or not, this is everything you need to go fishing. You have like 50 yards of test line, 50-pound weight test line. You got hooks, you got sinkers, you got a couple salmon eggs, throw on there as bait. You got a lot of hooks, that's great. So you go fishing, get yourself some dinner. You have here Tinder. Now I know what you're thinking, like the one that I used to get a casual one-night stand. Hello, swipe right, somebody. No, this is the kind that you actually use when you're starting a fire with your flint. So you tear up some of the flint, the tinder, get some sticks, get some leaves. Of course, then you get your spark right into it, which is great. Also, if it's nighttime and you don't have your green light anymore, this little spark, believe it or not, can be seen from miles away, so you could just do that. And they always come with little black paint on them. You wear that down, pro tip, then you really expose the actual flint. But you can actually start a fire super easy with one of these. If you're ever stranded and your car breaks down, a baby's diaper is one of the best ways to start a fire. Pull out the filling of a baby diaper, there you go. So you got that. Then, this is one of the most important things. You have a survival mirror. A mirror is such an important way to help yourself to rescue. It has the instructions in the back, but basically what you do is make a peace sign, V for victory, Winston Churchill, and you aim it, and then you find the sun, you line the sun up on your right here, and then you just keep flashing right there where you can see it on your fingers and on the thing you're shining it on. It can be seen for miles and miles away. So what you basically do is, you know, you see a plane going by and you flash it like this, and you try and flash the light from the sun on the plane, and that's one of the best chances you have of being seen to get rescued. And then last but not least, in the bottom, I don't know if you can see this, you got a Lululemon gift card. You're like, Levi, that's not really practical. If I'm lost in the wild, let me just say something to you. You're lost in the wild, but don't you value stretchy pants that keep you comfortable when you're lost in the wild? Also, when you get found, I saw Castaway. Well done! You're gonna be looking haggard, you're gonna have that beard, you're gonna just be like, oh, your clothes are gonna be disgusting. So you will be able to go straight to the mall and you can find yourself a nice top, maybe a little zip up thing, some fleece action. I think they sell water bottles, yoga mats. I mean, there's so many different ways you could go about it. I don't want to tell you how to live your life. All I'm trying to do is keep you alive. I bought the kit at jungletraining.com. Actually, I think I bought it on Amazon, but it's from jungletraining.com. Gift cards from Lululemon. I upgraded the compass because the one inside here was from China and was terrible. The new one I bought, I got at REI. It's a Sunto compass. It works amazingly every single time I've used it until I brought it in between two parallel sets of train tracks. This is Levi Lusko, and I'm trying to keep you alive in the wild. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, click like, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Also, make sure you click subscribe so you don't miss anything that's coming. We got all kinds of wilderness survival, and then some leadership, some pastor, some preaching stuff, some family stuff, a lot planned. You don't want to miss any of it. Thanks a lot.